Do we have more of that sample?
No, that was it. This is the bad thing about the channel is that we have to use the sample to do the tasting, and now we don't have it anymore.
We may have to start buying some Indian whiskeys.
We need a bottle of this.
And adding them to our collection. Yeah. All the ones that I've had, I've really liked.
Yeah.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another Wildcard Wednesday video where we draw a sample at random, this one tonight, whatever number it may be, from our international sipping spirit pool, our pool of international sipping spirits.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I meant to say.
You did it.
We taste it totally double blind so that you get the most honest opinions possible, and you guys are blind with us until the reveal. You don't even have any preconceived notions as to what might be in this glass. With that said, we do need to get this one on the nose, but I will say, for international whiskey, and I have learned some people add coloring and things like that. It may not be whiskey. It may not be, but most of it is whiskey.
International spirits.
International sipping spirits. Yeah. It could have color added, but the color on this is gorgeous. So, and it's also sticking to the glass really nicely.
It's very clingy.
Let's get it on the nose.
Oh.
Okay.
This smells like whatever I like. It smells like it.
Oh, this is, okay.
This is like sweet and savory at the same time.
The first smell was just funk, maybe a little smokiness, but second smell was literal maple syrup.
Yeah. But
like an actual...
But with bacon. Because I'm getting like a savoriness too, but yes.
Like a, oh, you know what this reminds me of? This is like a maple glazed bacon donut. That's what this is.
Yep. I can get behind that.
Oh, snap. This is smelling awesome.
Can we taste it now? Because I don't want to smell it anymore. I want to drink it.
Let's get on the palate.
This tastes like a Scotch. Scotch down in my belly.
Black pepper. It's peppery. I did not expect that off the nose. Getting a lot of pepper. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
It's not fruity. It's not... I'm trying to think of all the things I normally get with the Scotch.
Yeah.
It's smoky, and that's what makes me think it's a Scotch.
This has got to be a peated Scotch. It
kind of has some peat elements to it, but it is really nice to drink. Like, it's smooth. I can't contribute very much to it. I just have to tell you that I like it.
First impressions on that were how peppery it was, which I would actually say it's not a smooth, easy drinking experience because of the pepperiness that I was getting, because that pepper hit and hung around for a minute.
I think it's smooth because it doesn't feel like it has a lot of alcohol burn.
Yeah, it's everything you're getting there is not alcohol. Everything is flavor.
Yeah.
And it took us to Flavor Town. Guy Fieri put us in the back of the car and drove us to Flavor Town with this one. Let's get another sip on it. Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, malty, smoky, but not like heavy-handed.
Not heavy-handed in either direction.
Right. The malt is there, but it's not too heavy-handed. The smoke is there, but it's not overdone.
I will say it smells, you get the maple syrup on the nose, and you don't get that on the palate.
Yeah, I'm not getting that on the palate.
But it's not a bad thing. Like, it's not the opposite of maple syrup. You're just not getting maple syrup.
Right. Some of the, actually, like the bacon and bacon grease, like that carries over to the palate a little bit more. When you get peat, it can go a couple of different ways. Like when you get a heavy-handed smokiness on a pour, this right here, I can see how somebody might say it had a touch, not of the Band-Aidy medicinal type of smoke, but a little bit of like salt air brine is there. But most of what you're getting is more campfirey. It's like kind of like a sweet, savory smoke.
Yeah, but it's when you say campfire, I think pretty heavy smoke, and it's not. It's it's lightly smoked. It's not a lot. There's not heavy smoke on this one.
I was trying to think like on a scale of 1 to 5, the smoke on this is a 3.
I would say saltwater brine is more accurate.
Man, this is, I don't feel like we're doing a really good job of giving notes because I'm kind of enamored with this pour right now. I like this a lot.
I mean, we just say what we get.
Yeah.
And you don't fuss a bit.
The nose is fantastic. The palate is fantastic. This is really good. I hope this is something we can get our hands on, and I hope it's affordable.
This is something we have found out that we tend to like peated scotches.
Yeah.
So
if you don't,
we think this is a peated scotch. We don't know yet, but if you don't like peated scotches,
you would hate this.
You might not like this, but
you would hate this.
Here's the deal: this is not super heavily peated.
That's fair.
So, if you're on the fence about it, I would say give this a try. But if you know for a fact you're not into it, then you may want to steer clear of this.
All right, let's add a little bit of water as we do with our International Sipping Spirits when we remember to.
When we don't forget.
Yeah. This, I want to see what happens with the water because that, especially on a peated pour, can change things quite a lot. So for me, I'm just loving the savoriness of this pour, like the savory smokiness. This feels like I'm eating a piece of brisket around a campfire on a cliff,
tampered down
in Isla or something. And it may not even be Scotch. It could be an other international whiskey that is influenced heavily by Scotland. There's a lot of those out there, so we're just saying what it reminds us of, so that if you like peated Scotch that's well balanced, this might be something that you could look into.
And I think what I like about this is it is pretty well balanced as far as it's not too much smoke, not too much peat, not too much this. It's all pretty in line with itself. So
this brought the maple out more on the nose. That it became brighter. It's a little less maple bacon donutty and a little bit more like
brown sugar.
Like brown sugar and bright maple,
A little bit, ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Let's try it on the palate.
Yeah, let's go.
So I think this, for me, brings out a little bit more of the Band-Aid note that you can get with these types of pours.
I get that on the finish.
But I like that. So
it's slight. It's very slight.
It's very slight. Kind of like everything. It's not too heavy on one side. It's just, it's there and it's present, but it's not extra. It's not being extra.
And the one thing that I'll say is a lot of times when we have a pour like this and we say things are in well balance and balanced well, all that stuff, is that it's like a really nuanced, light thing that you kind of have to pick and search for. This isn't that. This is very flavorful. It's coming through with a lot of flavor, and it's not taking us on this huge journey of flavors, but it's enough off of the bourbons and ryes that we normally drink, and it's hitting that lane of Scotch that we like so much that I'm really enjoying it.
So this reminds me of, that with the water, I said the Band-Aid, it wasn't quite what I was going for. A pool floaty. A brand new, freshly out of the box pool.
Like a fresh rubber?
Fresh rubber pool floaty. Like the thin one. Whether it be a raft or little swimmies for kids, whatever. They're fresh ones.
Call them swimmies?
I don't know what they're called. Floaties.
Floaties? Yeah. I mean, the swimmies works.
Yeah, I don't know. Different people call them different things, but that's what I'm getting more. That's more accurate than Band-Aid.
Yeah. And I get a little bit more of like the saltwatery kind of like that type of vibe on the back end after the water. That's sticking around more on the finish.
Okay.
You get almost a little bit more smokiness, definitely more saltwater vibes on it with the water. I think I prefer this without the water. I think I'm very confident in saying that.
I'm fine either way. Yeah. I drink it with or without the water.
Okay. For this is going to be, as most things tend to do, is going to be very price dependent for me. But we're going to give our ratings first, find out the price blind, see if that changes our ratings, and then we'll find out what we're drinking. Again, so you get the most honest opinion as possible. Where are you at on this pour? I'm
going to give it a thumbs up. I would like to have a bottle of this price dependent because I feel like it's pretty well balanced in all the flavors that it brings to the table. It's doing them in really nice harmony.
Agreed. I'm a strong thumbs up.
Yeah.
I did briefly think about going 2 thumbs up, and if the price is right, I will jump up for sure. So let's find out what we've been drinking.
It is bottle number 21.
21, and our Wildcard sample pool is $110.
That's pushing it for me, but I'm going to say a thumbs up.
I'm going to say a thumbs up too. If this was like $65, I would go 2 thumbs up.
Oh, yeah. Even $75, I'd be 2 thumbs up. Once it kind of crosses that $100 threshold for me, I'm kind of like, ooh, how bad do I like it? How bad do I want it? How much do I like it?
It's really good, and I think for $110, whatever this is, the value is there for what you're getting. Like, you're not getting you know, that's
you're not getting ripped off.
That's a fair price to pay for the experience that you're getting in this glass and what seems to have a little bit of ABV behind it. So let's find out what this is. Number 21 is...
What is it?
This is not a Scotch, but it is a Scotch-inspired whiskey. This is Amroot Intermediate Sherry.
Oh.
This is an India single malt, 57 point... I gotta turn it this way because it's long. 57.1% ABV.
Okay.
And this is thanks to Eric David Gunderson, the man named Thrice.
The man named Thrice.
So, yeah, 57%
This is interesting. I love this.
What's 57 times 2? 114?
Sure.
114.2? 114.2
I don't
proof?
do maths.
Amroot Intermediate Sherry. Man, this is really good.
It's, you said it India?
Yeah. India single malt.
Single malt. So it's a Indian whiskey finished in sherry casks?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to translate what you just said.
And Amroot continues to impress us every time we try it. And this right here, they don't often... I don't think ever any Indian whiskey companies put age statements on their stuff because the climate is such that they would be a little bit lower and people might not buy them because of that.
Gotcha.
So they don't typically broadcast, but this has no youthful notes whatsoever on it to me.
I wouldn't guess it's young, but...
This is just a fantastic bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's so cool. I think all the... Indian whiskeys that the man named Thrice has shared with us have really impressed me. And I hope we can try more. I think I might be on the Indian whiskey train.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
If you haven't yet checked out Indian whiskey and you like peated Scotch, you absolutely should check out Indian whiskey.
Yeah.
Amroot, Rampur.
Ooh, Rampur, yeah.
Man, I am legitimately impressed with this glass. Eric, thank you for sharing the sample. Hopefully, if you're watching this and you like that type of vibe in your glass and you haven't yet checked out Amroot, you're able to find a pour of this somewhere or find a bottle of this somewhere. We don't know how hard it is to get.
Yeah, not sure about availability.
I can't imagine distribution is all over the place, but maybe there's somewhere online that you can find that can ship to you. I know that Eric does that a lot with the bottles that he gets. So this one is worth seeking out, especially if you like sherry finished stuff, because now that I know it's sherry finished, I took a sip and I'm getting like a dark, plummy, raisiny type of aftertaste
of course you are.
on that. So there you go. That's just credit to why we do things blind around here. If you like the way we do things around here, blind tastings and whatnot, go ahead and like this video and subscribe because we're bringing these videos to you guys every week. And we do a live stream once a month. You can hit the bell. That will be a huge help for you to tune in. We'd love to have a pour with you. Come and join us.
Absolutely. And I think that's it for today. So be good to each other. Until next time. Cheers. You ready, G?
Yeah. Hats just make my head so itchy. That's all.
Why do you wear them then?
I don't want to do my hair.
Just put it up in a bun like I do when I don't want to do my hair.
Simple solution, yeah. Where we ended up at like both thumbs up. Man,
even at that price point,
this
that's
is almost two thumbs up though. Because I'm like, we need to buy this now.
Yeah, that's saying something for me because that's a lot to spend. But it's so, I don't know. It's a night. Dare I say, it's like an everyday sipper for me.
It's so good.
I really like the Scotch flavor profile. I'm finding out.
You're a Scotch girl.
Apparently, who doesn't get?
We've been over this. You have a whiskey channel if you didn't know.
I know, but like, I don't know. I just never thought that I would be into Scotch because Scotch seems so advanced, you know?
Does it?
It did.
Hang on. Is that because of 30 Rock?
No, it did because I just didn't know anything about it. And it seemed like only like sophisticated people drink it.
Who's the Baldwin on 30 Rock?
Like Alec Baldwin.
Because he's always pouring the Scotch for people.
I can't think of his character. Jack Donaghy.
Yeah.
And Don Draper. Like, I'm neither of those people. I don't deserve to drink Scotch. I'm just me.
That was so fun.
That was
Indian
delicious.
whiskey's so good.
It is.
It's delicious.
It's delicious. I love it.